Good afternoon, my stamping friends. So this is the first of my lives today. This is Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and a little orange box of happy craftiness arrived on my front steps yesterday. So I thought I'd share it with you, but we've got just a couple minutes. I told people I would be live at 3, so we'll wait just until 3. Today was our official last day of school. It was a half day for kids, and I worked doing library inventory and enjoyed the lovely lunch by the school PTA, and then came here. So we are getting ready to share the June 2024 Life is Sweet kit. Actually, I'm just going to unbox it, and I'll make one of each of the projects just the way the kit is designed. I like to do that once, and then I will be back probably next week after I've had a little chance to play with it a bit, and I can share some alternates with you next Monday. So anyway, that will be that. Let's see if my watch says we're ready. It's 3 o'clock. So let's get down to business. So I'm Leslie with LuvINK&Paper. And oh, I just realized I didn't get my chamois wet. That's okay. So a couple of quick business things before we get to the kit. You do have some time, about a little over a week, to take advantage of the stamp and die bundles. Now, this doesn't cover the stamp and punch bundles, but it does cover stamp and die bundles, and that gives you an extra 10% off. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the full size and the mini, are both also on sale. So those, you know, if you haven't ventured into this, now might be a really good time. You could save a little extra money and kind of check it out. All right, so there's that. So these are the next 3 months worth of kits, the July, August, and September kits. And there's an add-on of 3 dies for $12, 1 die to coordinate with each of the kits. But you could certainly mix and match without any problem. So we have the painted petals, the Time for Cake, which is going to be a big birthday kind of kit, and then Autumn Abundance in September. Okay. All right. So there's those. We're in good shape. So this is the lovely little box that I found on my front steps the other day. So let's take a peek. So I did open the cellophane because that was, you know, and so our Stampin' Spot this month is Shy Shamrock, which is one of the new in colors for 2024-2026. So every year we get 5 new in colors, but they stay for 2 years, so they kind of rotate. Anyway, as usual, I will be using my bigger pad instead of the small Stampin' Spot. So we'll set that aside. I also pulled out my ergonomic D block, and I've got a couple of other blocks over here that I prefer to use, although I did get a block in, as will you, with your first kit. Nice stamp set with some great words and this nice big thanks, which will work nicely with, hang on, let me grab it. I know, you thought I had everything. I thought I had everything. Oops, nope. All right, so this thanks coordinates with, let's see if I can do this, with this thanks, so you could stamp it and cut it out, which is pretty cool. Okay. So this was the first quarter add-on for the, second quarter. Yeah, April, May, June. So this was second quarter add-on. Okay. So and then it came all wrapped pretty in the tissue, but I didn't open this part yet. I wanted to do that with you. All right, so we'll grab my snips and we'll open this up. And I can already see we have some beautiful pearls, some glue dots, and some dimensionals. We have a bit of tear and tape and some linen thread. Best embellishment ever, the linen thread. I'm just saying, it really is. I use it for everything. Okay. So let's pull off this cellophane here. Throw that over there. So we have 9 envelopes, 3 in peach pie, 3 in, I'm gonna guess those are Shy Shamrock, and 3 in Pretty in Pink. Okay. Oh, we have some beautiful vellum pieces and these beautiful die cut pieces. Now this is very, if it's not exactly the same, it's very similar and coordinates nicely with the dies in the, hang on one second, I'm going to grab that. In the Mediterranean Blooms suite. Let me grab that and find it for you. It's right at the very beginning of the suites. Here it is. So you can see that this is very, very similar to this die right here. Okay. Change the outline shape just a bit, but very, very similar. So you could get a very similar look with this die. And this bundle would qualify for the extra 10%. Okay. All right. Those are pretty. All right, let's take a look at our card bases. So we have 3 with this Pretty in Pink. I'm going to bring these up closer and see if you can see that. It almost looks like paint put on with a palette knife on canvas. It's very pretty. So we have 3 in Pretty in Pink. We have some other pieces, some lemons, some banners. We have 3 in the Summer Splash. Okay. We have some peaches. And we have some of these in peach pie. Now, these 6 I will likely cut apart and put on white bases. Okay, this one they already did that for us and left the back white, so I don't feel the need to cut this one apart so much, but these 2 I will. Okay, so just be aware. All right, so we have some pieces, some leaf die cuts, a really pretty shape here. We have some, what do these say? Oh, these are greetings. Congrats. Hang on. Let me pull. Okay. And some of you know that I'm cringing a little inside, because glitter is one of my least favorite art materials. So let's just get the middles of the, yeah, this is shedding glitter. Okay, some of our glimmer paper doesn't shed too bad, but this kind of is. All right. Oh, there's a little piece that needs to come out. Between the letters. Okay. And I could probably tell you what all these say if I would just go to the front. Right? Don't make it any harder than it has to be, Leslie. I know. All right, let's see. All right, so we have congrats as one of our greetings. And we have hello. There we go. There. And let's see, any others? Miss you. All right, I may need one of those too. Let's grab that. Miss. Oh, here we go. Here's the U, here's the miss. Okay, so 3 of each of those greetings. Miss you, hello. Is there a little bit? I thought there was, but there isn't. Okay. Is there a dot for the I? Sometimes they think of those things and sometimes they don't. And they did, right here. Okay, there's one here and there's one for this one. Okay. Miss you. Okay. There's that. We have some vellum, some stars, big and small, and leaves, and cherries. All right, and our cardboard. Remember, this is great for stamping on if you need to practice and you don't have grid paper or something. Here's the art with all of the, so it's easier to read the greetings. So we have so much to celebrate, sending a big squeeze, sweet friend. You're truly amazing. Life is so much sweeter with you, with friends like you, and wish you were here. And then, of course, the thanks. Okay, so we're going to tuck those over there. And here are our directions. Okay. So our congrats card is the pink one. Okay, with lemons, and it looks like these. So we want one of these. We'll do our sort here. Oh, you know what? I should open that. Hang on. Let's open it into the page that shows us our sort. Right here. Okay. So, card number 1 is a peach pie one. With 2 sets of cherries. I may look at those because I may see if we can, because that won't leave us any extras. So let's take a look at what that looks like, okay? I think I see why they added 2, but I think we can get away with 1. So I'm going to save 1 so that I'll have an extra. So it looks like we're using the pink. Whoops, I stuck to my mask. All right. So we need 1 of these, like this. We need the Miss You with the dot. Can't get that to turn over. There it goes. We need some of the twine. Oh, you know what? I wondered why this corner was dark. I forgot my other light. Oh, there. That's better. Okay. Okay. So we have our linen thread. It doesn't tell us how much yet. So I'll just keep it handy. Looks like we're going to need some glue dots and dimensionals and the pearls. Okay, so I'll have glue dots. Oh, they're mini dimensionals and the pearls. Okay, so we'll have all those things. And we need, what happened to our stamp set? Here it is. We need Wish You Were Here. There we go. And we need our just have to figure out where they got to. There they are. Hiding underneath here is one of the longer banners. Okay, so there's that. All right. So, and the block. Okay. So there's that. Over here we need the pink, the pretty and pink base. We need this. We need one each of the lemons, it looks like. So there should be another 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I see. There's enough. 3 of each. So again, not a lot of extra die cut pieces. So you could minimize how many that you put on based on the picture, and I may. I'll put these here with it for now, but I may end up changing my mind. Let's see if we can find those. Where did I put those? Oh, here they are. The leaves, the vellum leaves. Okay. So there's 1 and 2. Are they the same? I'm not 100% sure they are. Let me compare them. No, this one is shorter and has 2, sort of an extra branch. Okay, so 1 each of those. And a long and one of the long things. Oh, and so much to celebrate. Well, we'll put that on a different block, or we'll clean this one and get it later. All right, so that's 2, and then here's our number 3, which is, okay, I'm actually going to do these in reverse order because once I stack them up like this, it's easier to do them in reverse order. All right, so that gets the congrats. So this one's going to get our hello. It's going to get these 2 pieces, one of the vellum. Oh, I see, they've got them stacked. So they've got them stacked for you, okay? So that, and I'm going to put these back in their cello envelopes so that they don't get damaged. There we go. Come on. And where's our page of peaches? Here we are. All right, so I'm seeing large, dark, large, light, medium, and small. So thinking we need one of these and one of these and one of those and one of those. So those are the sort of the 2 mediums, and then one of the small dark ones with 2 leaves. So lots of different kinds of peaches. We may decide not to use all of these. We'll have to see. Okay, and then sweet friend and a short banner. Looks like. Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll actually start with this one. So we'll go to the directions for number 3 first. Okay. There, and I'm going to set those in front of me. I know that may mean it's slightly more difficult for you to see. It does tell us we need 12 inches of twine. Now, I have a measure on my grid paper, but if you don't happen to have grid paper, or the folks at Stampin' Up put a ruler right on the direction sheet for us. Okay. Whoops. So, inches it says. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have that. All right, the first thing it shows is where to put the adhesive. So it's showing tear and tape on the top and bottom of the vellum piece, and then a few glue dots to help hold the leaves in place. Okay, so let's start with that part. So we're going to put actually it shows the very first thing they want you to do is stamp, and I know why that is. Okay, that's because some of these things have are a little different than our typical cardstock, our Stampin' Up! Cardstock. These have sometimes just a little bit of a finish to them. And so what happens is sometimes they might smudge. So basically what they're saying is stamp it and set it aside, and then do the rest of your assembly. Okay, good advice. So let's, oh, and no, all of those are dry as a bone. Well, I'm gonna just use that to rough that one up a little bit. And then I'm going to stamp that on there like that, and then I'm going to just very carefully, without touching it, set it up there. Okay, and that's all our stamping. Very little stamping this time. Okay, then we are going to add the tear and tape to the top and the bottom of the vellum piece. Okay. Like that. And down here. There. Okay. Then we're going to grab our glue dots. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use our glue dots. Mostly because, and they're here, I could use them, but I prefer to use my liquid glue. And I should get my precision tip out, but it's over in a basket from class, and I did not bring it back here to my table yet. So I'm going to just incredibly lightly give this a tiny squeeze. And mostly I'm just rubbing this right along the paper so that it spreads. I don't want any big gushes. I just want some little spots. Now, I'm putting much more glue than the kit requires. Because if you'll notice, they only have 3 glue dots holding this down, which is probably plenty. Okay, so mine for sure won't be going anywhere. Okay, I'm just going to put a few more spots here where I have a little space. Okay. All right, let's put that back. There we go. We'll very carefully pick these up and line them up. And I'm going to try very hard not to pull them out of shape. Okay, I'm going to just give them a quick rub from the back. Okay, and my lining up was a little better at this end than at this end, so I'm going to make this the top. Okay, all right, so now we want to put our, so it appears that one of our big peaches, and it appears that it's the lighter one, gets the dimensional. See how that looks like it's on top, so it's popped up? All right, so this one's going to get the dimensionals. Kind of right here in the middle, so that other things can slide underneath. Okay, and then I will use some glue dots from the kit for the rest of the peaches. And again, I think you could probably do with a few less, but I always say that I'm going to make at least one the way the kit intends. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see, any other peaches? Oh, this one. And I might even put an extra one up here in the leaf. Whoops. There we go. All right. And then it says to tie a big bow with this, like this. And so what that does is it just sort of peeks out underneath. I will be perfectly honest with you, this has never been my favorite way to use twine, so I will likely do something different when I make some of my other cards. All right, so let's pull this tear and tape off. So some of you who are watching from afar may know that I am a Boston sports girl. So you will know that I'm very happy about the Boston Celtics winning their 18th championship last night. It made for a late night here though. I watched a little bit of the post game and the stuff, so it was almost midnight before I went to bed last night. All right, so let's take a look here. So we're gonna arrange our bow down here in this corner. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this peach to help hold it in place. And the rest of the peaches as well. You know what? I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it its own glue dot, I think. Right down here. And that way it won't slide around. And I know that's gonna get covered, so it'll be fine. All right, so this one is gonna go up a little bit like this, and then this one is going to kind of go like that. So the twine is sticking out. Again, like I said, it's not my favorite look, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna put this other little one down here, like that. I think these should have gone up higher. That's okay. There's one there, and here's one here, like that. And I've left room for some gems and my hello sweet friend. Okay, so glue dot at this end on the H. Oh, because it's going on this. Okay, I get it. And then mini glue dots down here on the L's where there's a little bit more space, where the L connects to the O and where the E and the L connect. There's just a wee bit more paper so that they won't show. I'll take those off. Now you may have noticed that this glue dot I kind of let hang over the edge. That's okay, just fold it up and on there, it's fine. And then we'll put this right here, like that. Okay. And then we're going to put our sweet friend, that's this one, and that's getting little dimensionals. I'm going to trim off some of that twine. So as you can see, you didn't quite need 12 inches. There we go. All right. There we go. And we'll put this underneath, just like that. Yeah, I should have shifted all of this or put this one a little lower because I'm covering more of that than I intended and left a bigger space here, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not, don't ever worry if yours doesn't come, because you know what? Chances are the person you send this to isn't going to have seen the Stampin' Up video, my video. Yeah, they're not going to know. They're just not going to know. So it doesn't matter. All right, and one more down here. Okay, so we'll put one down there. Okay. So there we go. There's our first card. It's not card number 1, it's card number 3, but it's our first card completed. All right, so let me move that out of the way. Tuck my take your pick tool. If you don't have one of those, they're really the best. Even if you don't invest in blocks, even if you don't invest in lots of other adhesives or whatever, and you just have your snips, truly, this is the best tool ever. It's totally worth spending $10 on, I promise. All right, so let's do card number 2, which is our next card. Truly is card number 2. We'll work our way backwards. All right, so this, we want so much to celebrate. So we're going to take off this Wish You Were Here and stick it to my light. And grab these so much to celebrate and put that right there. And grab our long banner, and I'm just gonna scrub this a little bit just to see if there's any residue or whatever. They stamp a little better if you clean the stamps first once, but I forgot to wash my, or wet my chamois. That's all right. There we go. All right, so I'm going to very carefully push that up here and put that over there and close the ink pad so we don't end up with ink everywhere. Because if you guys have watched me stamp very often, you know it would likely happen. All right, we're going to set our congrats over here. Looks like our first things here are some tear and tape on the back of this, and it's okay that it's going to peek through some of that because we're going to cover it up. Okay, so it won't matter. It's not like the front of your card will be sticky. So we'll put a little bit of tear and tape here and a couple of glue dots just at the base of those vellum pieces to help them stay in place. All right, so we'll grab our tear and tape. And I'm going to be a little bit careful on how I do this. Like that, because it is sticky going this way, so I don't want to. There we go. There. Then we'll add some glue dots. One at the base of these leaves, like this. And it looks like this one goes this way, like that. And then this one goes up here. Come on. Oops, static electricity. Let's stick this one out here, like that. And then we'll add, let's see, how about our lemons? What's happening with those? All right, so down here, again, we're gonna need 12 inches of ribbon, okay? Not ribbon, twine. And then I'm looking at these saying, okay, what they want me to do is on this one with one leaf, we're going to put our dimensionals, one on the leaf, one on the main body of the lemon out here, whoops, and then two kind of down here, half and half, okay? Like this. Then we're going to take this bigger lemon and we're going to kind of overlap them a little bit, and those are going to help hold those there. And we're going to put, I'm going to put a couple of extras there. All right, so we're going to take those and we're going to grab our 12 inches of twine. There we go. And I'm going to just pull it between my fingers, and that straightens it out a little bit so that it's not quite so curly. Right. There. Okay. And we're going to put this kind of like that, I think. And then we're going to add our lemons. So we're going to take this and go kind of like this so that the bow is kind of peeking out, a little bit of twine peeking out there. Okay. Now we're going to take our congrats, and that's going to get some dimensionals and a glue dot to kind of help anchor it across the lemons. So we're going to sneak a dimensional on the fattest part of the S. I think it will not show. There we go. I think I got it. Then we're going to put one at this fattest part of the A, right there. And then We're going to put one on the fattest part of the C, way out here. All right, well, if that shows, and it may, that's okay. Then we're going to grab a glue dot and put it kind of right between the G and the N, right there. Okay, so now what's going to happen is we're going to put this across the lemons like that. Then we're going to get So Much to Celebrate, and we're going to put a little bit of tear and tape on this end and a couple of dimensionals to support the other end like that. And here we go. All right, so this is going to go over here so that that part is stuck there, and then we're supporting this edge because these are all up on dimensionals. So sometimes you have to use two different kinds of dimensionals, and that's okay. I mean, two different kinds of adhesive. That's kind of what I was. All right, let me grab my Take Your Pick tool. And it looks like we've got one big one up here and a little one kind of next to it. And then another little one down, whoops, went the other way. There we go, like that. So if you notice, the designers of the kits generally use an odd number, and they generally form some form of a triangle. That tends to be, it's a design thing, and it tends to be more pleasing to the eye for some reason. Okay, there we go. So there's card number 2. I love that you can make these just exactly the way the designers designed them, and they look great. And I also love that they give us parts and pieces that we can play with and make something totally different and also wonderful. So really fun, really fun. Probably one of the things I like best about these kits. All right, so let me grab the Wish You Were Here, and we'll swap the, we'll put my, that other one, So Much to Celebrate, on my light. I'll give this a little rub. Okay, I'll have to wash all of these later. All right. There we go. Sometimes the labels will stick to your stamp. If you've noticed, that happened to me a couple of times today. And I just take my fingernail and just flick it down from the corner, wherever I can get my finger between the block and the paper, and then just flick it off, and then that's usually fine. All right, there's that. Then we're going to take this and add some dimensionals to it, and you know what? They show a whole lot of little ones. I happen to have some bigger ones from a previous kit here. Okay. This is also a little wee bit confusing. I think they did this. Let me just show you what I'm seeing. Okay, this is the back side of this piece. Okay, it's Pretty in Pink on the front, it's white on the back. They show the Pretty in Pink side because if they showed the white side, you wouldn't be able to see it. Okay, so you're not putting the dimensionals on the pink side. You're putting it on the back side, okay, because you can see that here. You just have to think a minute. Well, why did they do that? It took me by surprise too. But what they're doing is they wouldn't be able to see, you wouldn't be able to see this unless they put it on like a background of some sort, okay? So that's why they did that. So they're trying to show us without, you know, creating a lot more printing issues, all right? So we'll just add a few of those. And I'm just using my bigger ones. If you're using the little ones and you have extras, or you want to trim the sides or something, go right ahead. I'm going to put 2 extras here. One kind of in between these. Not exactly in line, but kind of like that. Okay. Then I'm going to fold this. Not that way. Okay, so then this says we need 30 inches because what we're going to do is wrap that 30 inches of this twine. You don't have to measure it. You can just take it and wrap it around here. Okay, that's basically what they're showing us is you want to wrap it around a couple of times. So we're going to go once, twice, and that's probably good. And then I can tie my bow. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit, like that. And bring my bow over here. And then I can rearrange this a little bit. The nice thing is, when you're wrapping around like this, you can very gently bend this so that you can get your twine and your bow over to where you want it. See, I can move that bow a little bit and bring it over here. It's still a little curly, but that's okay. It's okay. There. Okay, so now we have that. Oh, they want it down a little farther. Okay. Let's bring it down a little bit. Oh, having trouble there. There. Okay. All right. So now we can take these off. And put it on the card front. Like this. So it appears that it's not exactly center because we need to leave room for our cherries. Okay, so we're going to go slightly farther to this side, to the left, than we are to the right. Okay, there's that. All right, now we're going to put dimensionals and we are going to find those minis for the banner. That whole thing is going to be popped up. So we'll put 3 of those here. There we go. And glue dot, so the Miss You is going to be flat. And this is going to go in between. So we're going to turn this over. And where did my little, oh, there it is. So we'll put a little glue dot on the back of this. The dot of my eye. And then I'm just going to take and flip that little bit of adhesive over on there. And I'm going to stick it right on there so it doesn't get lost. Now that means I can't use that, but I can use the tip of my scissors and add a glue dot to the front part of the M here, a glue dot at the S down here, a glue dot on the Y down here, and a glue dot on the U down here. There we go. Okay. There we are. All right, so the miss is going to go above this. We're going to add the dot above the I, like that. And then we're going to put the U down at the bottom. Just underneath, like that. And then we're going to add this in here, like that. Miss you. They could have been a little bit farther apart. It's okay. I'm okay with that. All right, so then we're going to add a couple of little, yeah, we're only going to do one set of cherries. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dimensional on this cherry and a glue dot on this cherry and a glue dot on this leaf, like that. Yep, I think that's totally fine. And then it does show 3 of the little vellum flowers, but I think we only need 2. I think what we're going to do is put this here, like that. Oh, and I should have added, I might still be able to, if I take and have both of these sticky, I can go right under there like that. Oh, good. Whew. Almost missed that part. Okay, and then we have these, and so I'm going to take, there's bigs and littles, so I'm going to take a big and a little, and add the glue dots. And actually, I think I'm going to do a glue dot to this one. Like that. And then a tiny, oh my gosh, teeniest dot. You watch, it's going to squish. Nope, it didn't. Whew. All right. And the tiniest little, and I'm going to kind of turn it so that the petals of the flowers are kind of offset. All right, we're almost done. Let's add our gems. Let's cover the spiky part so I don't hurt myself. Grab the putty end And let's see, we need trying to see. And it does look like a big and two littles, I think. So we'll have a big over here. Well, maybe it is a big and a little. All right, and a big and a little. Let's see if I can move this one. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. There we go. That's better. I like that. Sometimes the first placement isn't exactly what you're hoping for, and that's okay. You can sometimes move them. All right, so there we go. Let me grab the other two cards that we did. Fold up these directions. I'll end up putting everything back in the box so that I can play a little bit later. But let's take a look at those. Those are really, really pretty. So I hope you like those. Join me next week. Look for me live Monday afternoon next week, probably right around 4-ish. Probably pretty close to 4 in the afternoon, and I will share some alternates, some ways to play with these things that are not these cards. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here or watching on the replay or wherever or whenever you're there. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel or followed me on Facebook, I'd really love it if you would. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.